Welcome, we have collected the 5 most interesting events that took place on the 22nd of April in history. The Bastille is probably one of the most famous prisons in history, and it all began on April 22, 1370. French King Charles V commissioned the construction of the Bastille as part of the defensive wall of Paris to protect the city from English invasion during the Hundred Years' War. Over time, the fortress was turned into a prison, and until the 17th century political prisoners were kept there. During the French Revolution, the Bastille became a symbol of tyranny and oppression, and on July 14, 1789, a mob broke into the prison, marking the beginning of the revolution. The prison was eventually demolished, and today all that remains of the Bastille is a monument where it once stood. The Bastille has become an eternal symbol of the struggle for freedom and democracy, and it continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. On April 22, 1418, the Council of Constance ended, which put an end to the Great Western Schism. It was a schism in the Catholic Church. Since 1378, first 2 and then 3 popes have declared themselves the true head of the Church. The Council of Constance was convened by Holy Roman Emperor Sigismund to end the schism. It was attended by representatives from all over Europe, including many bishops and theologians. After several years of debate and negotiation, the council removed all 3 contenders and elected a new pope, Martin V. This finally ended the schism and restored the unity of the Catholic Church. Overall, the Council of Constance was a significant event in the history of Christianity and helped bring to an end one of the most tumultuous periods in the history of the Church. On April 22, 1500, the Portuguese fleet under the command of Pedro Álvares Cabral sailed from Lisbon, with the aim of establishing trade relations with India. However, a strong wind blew the fleet off course, and after a long voyage across the Atlantic, they landed on the coast of present-day Brazil. Cabral and his men initially mistook the land for an island, but soon realized it was a vast new continent. They recognized this land as Portuguese and called it Terra de Vera Cruz, or Land of the True Cross. Later this land will be called Brazil. The discovery of Brazil was of great importance to Portugal, as it opened up new trade opportunities and helped establish the country as a major colonial power. Over time, Brazil would become the most populous country in South America, reflecting its Portuguese colonial past. On April 22, 1529, Spain and Portugal signed the Treaty of Zaragoza, which settled a dispute over rights to colonize and trade in the Moluccas, a group of islands in present-day Indonesia. The Treaty of Zaragoza established a new line of demarcation 297.5 leagues east of the Moluccas. Portugal was granted exclusive rights to colonize and trade east of the line, while Spain was granted the same rights to the west. The treaty effectively ended the conflict between the two powers and allowed them to expand their empires without further disputes over territories in the east. The Treaty of Zaragoza was one of the first examples of international law and diplomacy used to resolve disputes between states. This helped create a framework for resolving disputes over territorial claims and trade rights. On April 22, 1977, a breakthrough in telecommunications occurred when the first live telephone traffic was transmitted over fiber optic cable. The test was conducted by the British Post Office between 2 telephone exchanges in London. The transmission was a significant achievement because it demonstrated that fiber optic cables could transmit large amounts of information over long distances with minimal loss of signal quality. Compared to traditional copper wires, which had limitations in distance and capacity, fiber optic cables offered a faster and more reliable means of communication. Today, fiber optic cables are widely used in telecommunications as well as other industries. They revolutionize the way people communicate and access information, making it possible to transfer huge amounts of data at high speeds and over long distances. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you want to send, thank the authors and finance the development of the channel, there are links to several possible options for this in the description. Goodbye.